Oye, si encajaban aquí, no encajaban aquí, como fuera. A nosotros nos pasó a mí después de cuando hice mi hermano con el otro del parque, es que se lo pasaron de puta madre. Nosotros estábamos en la terraza viviendo su minuto, bueno, el viaje que también cuando habían terminado estaban ahí en la terraza ellos, porque claro, era que quedó. Y al cabo de los años, el contrato que vive con mi madre, era el corredor, los cinco que fuera de abril, fuera. Siempre he tenido que rebajearlo. Por lo que fuera, le cambié el agua, con el niño se puede dejar. Pues tuve sí que una decía, como no, pero para que sabes, porque se me da de Dios. Y nada más que nos pusimos en la sala y nos puso por ahí y se notaba el coche, ya no era nada. O sea, lo que era la conducta. Se notaba el coche. Se estaba hablando, claro, va a dar todo eso. Pero luego al final se iguala. No, no, tengo aquí porque son del mismo color. Yo aquí lo mira y antes lo notaba salir un cuadro más blanco, pero ahora no, yo lo veo como igual. Pero eso lo cambia cada uno vuestro o la comunidad. Claro, no dura lo contrario, pues ahí avanzando. Uno se siempre. Yo comemos al papanar la pasta, porque entonces todo menos que rallador. Uno siete, no sé. Pues, aquí. Temporada más grande, esta es temporada más grande. Luego aún que yo me voy a ver ahí.
Hey you! Aptu's better. Have more power than what you've seen. I mean conquered. Go ahead and enter your regret.
Como son bajas de ahí, ya, como una cuadradita ahí. Que como le metan estaba el molde. El primero es, y luego así parece más grande, pero cuando estaba en la parte de atrás del molde, de la tiramos, parecía más pequeño. Y ya cuando tiramos el tiro de madera, la primera parecía más pequeño. Esto al final lo que hace es que te ocupa espacio para rellenar un tubo rincón, pones una planta más pequeña y queda todo más. Solo los quitan y los ponen y cierran. La puerta que va del salón a la
Why is it lagging?
La quedó bonita, pues la quedó bonita.
Ta 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 ta. La 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 la. Damn, I just burped like crazy. Bro, I don't know. What song did I put for Gray Sands, bro? On a Gray Sands. What song did I place for you, you little cute boy? Oh, too cold. Oh god, bro. I'm gonna be hearing this song because I love it. It's a banger. Bringing me down, bringing me down, bringing me down, bringing me down. Yeah, don't judge me for putting that wish. Hey bro, it's a banger. Hear that hard style, bro. Move it, bitch.
Pues hablaste algo, yo tampoco. Y una onda. Yo no sé dónde me senté, pero vamos, estaba bonito verde al hombre. Pero luego lo gracioso que luego repetí con mis. Venga, otra vez, que no monto más ahí. O me volví a subir, la hijo de puta, otra vez. Dan vértigo que te cae. Y la novia también la catamos. Y lo mismo, cuando subes, bien. La pista, dice, no, me da miedo. A mí me da. A ver, miedo, que me da vértigo. O sea, yo cuando sube, no. Yo cuando no tengo vértigo, al bajar, me entra una sensación en el estómago. Y la llegué a probar, pero dije, nunca más, vamos. Claro, sí. Yo lo que ahora tienes que era más.
Oh my god. Anh.
Saltando por los aires que está. Oye, bueno. Pero todavía está.
Blue yogurt of death.
Vamos, no sé si les da catraciones o en las ferias, ¿sabes? Yo estoy hablando de para partir de una vez más y ahí poco más.
You're off death row? What the hell? Travesti.
Habría que verte a ti bailándolo. No bailabas, no bailabas.
Simplemente he estado jugando demasiados juegos.
Vuestro intestino.
El pincel.
Anhelo sexo. Pero la oscuridad acecha belleza.
Anhelo sexo.
De acuerdo.
Niños, os voy a contar un secretillo.
¿Qué secreto es?
No queréis saberlo.
No.
¿Qué? Niños, vamos a aprender latín. ¿Sabéis lo que es quid pro quo? Si lo sacamos del frasco, ellos nos darán por quo.
Veos, amigos míos, pues me la voy a chupar a mí mismo.
¿Qué? ¿Sabéis cómo se le llama a eso? Año, inac. ¿Sabéis decir año, inac?
¡Sanos de aquí! ¡Saca!
Año. Ni de coinac.
¿Nos ayudas?
No. Os voy a contar un secretillo.
Onda chungue dice Liliarra.
Oh. Vamos. ¿Sabéis lo que es quid pro?
Adiós.
Pincel.
Se acaba.
Necesitar vuestra olla. Vosotros sabéis cómo. Vosotros sabéis cómo. ¿Qué?
¿Se puede saber con quién hablas?
Con mis amigos.
¿Qué significa esto?
Cualquiera.
Acabados. Así es. Bienvenidos a vuestro show. Soros.
Nada que ver.
Estamos acabados. Así es. Bienvenidos a vuestro intestino.
Voy a contar. Niños, vamos a.
Pues me la voy a chupar a mí mismo.
¿Qué?
Hola, Antonio.
Dos minutillos. Alegría, esto es un Hay que comer mierda.
¿Qué?
Tiene una textura muy sas. Me recuerda a tu madre. Sí. Chicas, vamos a lavarnos la panocha. Equipo
No.
1 a la derecha, equipo 2 a la mierda. Dividíos por la mitad. Equipo a la derecha, equipo a la izquierda. Tristeza, vamos.
Es lo que intento decirte. Alguien tiene que decir.
Es verdad.
Sí, da-
Vale, uno de vosotros va a tener que darme solo.
Yo.
Ay, no. Necesito cagar.
No,
Va a ser,
efectivamente.
carajo, ahora. Dios mío, o sea, ya entré y ya saben que estoy adentro, o sea, ¿qué cosa es esto? Y además, ¿dónde está mi puta?
Vale, reconozco
carajo?
que ese plan podría funcionar.
Claro, hemos perdido si nos dan nuestro libre. Nadie se está distribuido.
Al debate presidencial.
Amigo, está perfecto. No. ¿Qué?
Tenemos un plan bueno para destruir a Dross, pero me tienes que escuchar.
Clase, que por cierto lo es.
Esta no sé.
¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? No.
¿Por qué siempre
Así sa.
sale este hijo de...
Así de rápido descubres mi rabo. Te lo enseño.
No.
Antonio LOL, ¿quieres ver mi puta
No.
pizza? Claro. En Compramos tu culo consigues la mejor pizza en la acción.
¿Qué es esto?
Rápido, fácil, rápido, difícil, fascista, racista, lil, online. Mi recomendación, comen mierda. Consigue hoy.
Esos patanes se han cargado en la consola.
Rey.
Cagado.
Oh, se recoge el pelo, menuda
Mamá, nos espera.
vamos al campamento de
No toquéis el consola. Lo todo en el coño. Toca ser putor.
Sí.
Todo en la...
gay.
¿El stick? Sí. ¿El stick? Sí. ¿El stick?
¿Qué es este idiota?
Seguimos agarrando.
¿Estás bien? Eres la capitana del equipo porno. Y batiste el
¿Qué?
récord de sexo.
¿Qué estamos diciendo? Somos
Dalil.
Al debate se alejó.
No, con mi ley, la puta madre, amigo, no. ¿Qué va a hacer?
Que tenga...
No.
Riley, tócame.
¿Qué soñaba?
Riley. Sexo.
Pero ¿por qué siempre
Así sa.
sale este hijo de...
Así de rápido descubres mi rabo. Te lo enseño. No.
Antonio LOL?
¿Quieres ver mi puta
No.
pija?
Claro.
En Compramos tu culo consigues la mejor relación. ¿Qué es esto? Rápido, fácil, rápido, difícil, fascista, racista, lil, online. Mi recomendación, comen mierda. Consigue ahora, así de rápido.
Esas tenemos, abuelete.
¿No te has pesado un poco?
Pero si casi no la he tocado. Esos patanes se han cargado en la consola.
Riley.
Oh, mamá triste. Soy Lola. Dejad paso a una prostituta.
Soy LOL.
¡Doy asco! ¡Si no puedo ir al cama nunca más! Sí. Sí, han cagado.
Sí que huele mal.
Espera. Todos los años.
Esta obsesión por Moisés Watt se nos ha descontrolado.
Cañoña. Lo que hay que
Cañoña.
hacer es meterlo todo en el coño. Toca ser putor.
Sí.
Todo en la... Y no te alegría. ¿Cómo que no? Mirada, tristeza, lo está pasando bomba. Decida, uata.
Eso suena bastante bien. ¡Ay! ¡Ya! ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Ay!
Genial. Las chicas nos han aceptado. Pero si la entrenadora no nos mete en el equipo, todos se cambian.
¿Veis qué hace más gracia? La saltarse es jalarse. Aquí se viene a hacer...
Decida, uata.
Chicas, vamos a relajarnos. Chicas, relajarse es jalarse. Aquí se viene a hacer el tonto. ¿Entendido? Os hace gracia. ¿Sabéis qué hace más gracia? La sal... ¿Quieres una?
No podemos decirle que no. Vale, sí, hay que comer mierda.
¿Qué?
Tiene una textura muy sas. Me recuerda a tu madre. Sí.
Chicas, vamos a lavarnos la panocha. Equipo
No.
1 a la derecha, equipo 2 a la mierda. Dividíos por la mitad. Equipo a la derecha, equipo a la izquierda.
Tristeza, vamos.
Es lo que intento decirte. Alguien tiene que...
Es verdad.
Sí, da-
Vale, uno de vosotros va a tener que darme solo.
Yo.
Ay, no.
El señor García tiene un coche nuevo. ¡Lo he comprado en Auto Hero! ¿Qué es selección?
Conoce los chutupups hispanos. O sea, los Y.
¡Nos han pitado penalti! ¡Penalti!
¡Eso es! ¡No podía matar!
Me encantaría que os apuntaseis.
Estamos añoñando ahora mismo que alguien me chupe la polla. ¡Ay, mis cojones!
Si le presionamos el clítoris, nos meterá en el equipo. ¡Oh, tipo!
Las Firecocks. Por fin hay un equipo que me pone mam.
Estupendo, nos banana.
¡Qué gran día!
¡Ah! ¡Eres una puta!
Es un excremento. O sea,
Banana.
¡qué gran día!
¡Ah! ¡Eres una puta!
Es un excremento.
Banana.
¡Qué gran día!
¡Ah! ¡Eres una puta!
Es un excremento.
Banana.
¡Qué gran día!
¡Ah! ¡Eres una puta!
Es un excremento. O sea, no...
Idiota.
Ay, cuidado. ¿Estás bien? Eres la capitana del equipo porno. Y batiste el récord de sexo.
¿Qué estamos diciendo? Nos dijo macheco.
¿Y llevas el stick? Mamá.
Y antes.
4.
Sí. Conócelo, chutu, pup.
Aquí está. El pecho.
Y me reí mucho.
Si quieres decir una cosa.
Sí, claro.
Guau.
¿Dónde lo has...?
Guau. Pero tú ves que si este se transforma en mental.
Sangría. ¡Vamos a jugar!
Tío, ya te lo digo, me reí. Y luego creo que también fue con estos, vi algún cacho y me reí mucho.
¡Vamos a... ¡Esos! ¡Vamos a jugar! ¡Al plan!
¡No!
Aquí sangría, en directo desde el pene erecto de Riley. Hoy nos espera un kit. Poneos de pie que vamos a dar. ¡Vamos! ¡Sos! Y ahora, recién salido del valle de los caídos, el puto caudillo.
¡Hostia!
Frañoles, mi inmensa polla ha muerto. LOL.
Casco, protecciones, guantes, castraciones, guau. Todo debería ir. ¡Ay, cuidado! ¡Stop! Lizzie.
Aquí está mierda.
Hay que ponerse cables. ¡Ah! ¡Tetas!
No. ¡Ese es el nuestro! ¡Alto! ¡Oh, no! Y esta, amigos, es lesbiana. Imprescindible. Chas.
28, Andersen, quesadilla.
¡Quesadilla!
Y en la retaguardia, la recuarra.
Nos han pitado penalti.
¡Eso es! ¡No podía matar!
Es horrible, tío, me encanta.
Bueno, como tenemos 2 minutos, os voy a comer la polla. Las islas de la personalidad de Riley siguen Megisilia de Águila. Menos mal que la isla de las putas por fin se ha disuelto.
Pero Isla retrasada sigue haciendo pollas.
¿Y dónde está la isla de la familia?
Está allí. Ya de Riley. Y siguen Megisilia de Águila. Menos mal que la isla de las putas por fin se ha disuelto.
Pero Isla retrasada sigue haciendo pollas.
¿Y dónde está la isla de la familia?
Está allí, mira.
Siempre hay sitio para la familia.
Ya la veo. ¿Qué es eso?
Ah, es la isla de las tentaciones. ¿A qué es un pedazo de mierda? ¿Sabíais que con la marihuana podríais cambiar el mundo? No pasa nada. A mí se me caen las bragas todo el tiempo. Todo el tiempo. Me llamo Grace. Y yo, Bri. Y yo soy Nati.
¡No, tía!
¡Puta madre, que volvemos al partido! ¡Aguga!
Chicas, qué cagazo esa última jugada.
La entrenadora de prostitutas.
Mira, sé que es precipitado, pero todos los años organizo las mejores orgías. Y me encantaría que os apuntaseis.
Estamos añoñando ahora mismo que alguien me chupe la polla. ¡Ay, mis cojones!
Si le presionamos el clitoris, nos meterá en el equipo. ¡Oh, tipo!
Las Firehawks. Por fin hay un equipo que me pone mam.
Estupendo, nos vamos a banana.
¡Qué gran día!
¡Eres una puta!
Excremento. O sea, no...
Riley es muy dura consigo misma.
Pero nosotros le haremos la vida más fácil. Os presento mi sistema súper avanzado de masturbación de Riley. No pasa nada.
Qué bien cuidas de Riley.
Gracias, intenta. Esto es para los recuerdos que hay que mandar a la puta mierda. ¡Hala! A otra cosa, maricones.
Es que es genial cómo lo encaja de puta madre. Me parece que lo hace increíble, tío.
No pasa nada. Venga, vamos a hacer una orgía. Buen trabajo, chisto, jaberneo.
Alegría. Quiero desintegrarte.
Triste, te prometo que te meto. ¿Alguna vez me he tocado?
Sí, muchas veces.
Venga ya. Si voy drogada, tú también.
Crispetas. Por la cara.
Yo soy de las malas, soy la más malota de clase.
Me encanta escuchar esta.
Solemos beber y fumar y nos peleamos con la gente.
Oh, qué bonito.
Y todas esas creencias hacen que nuestra Riley sea una hija de...
Hola, soy tonto. ¿Quieres saber cuánto vale tu puto coche? Visita compramostucoco.es.
Compramos tu por la cara.
¿Pero por qué siempre sale este anuncio? En fin, me he cagado de encima.
Vamos a estar.
Pajero. Oh, qué rico. Y no solo porque sea la más puta de la clase, que por cierto lo es.
Mira aquí.
Bueno, mañana nos espera un gran pene.
¡Hija de puta! ¡Hostia!
Ámbito de la pareja. Sí, y todo lo demás es no.
Eso es que fuera. ¡Hija de puta! ¡Hostia!
¿Qué es eso que suena? ¿Qué es eso?
Ponía puta. Sí, vale.
¿Problema?
Vale, hay que despejarlo.
Oye, ¿podéis dejar de pájaros, por favor?
Imposible, tenemos los permisos.
¿Permisos?
Ya sabes, para los hortos.
¿Qué hortos?
¿No han llegado? Ay, ay, ay. Mami, ¿ya está consolado?
Ya va, dame un sexo.
Sí.
Pues ya.
¿Cómo que puedes?
Riley, tócame. Sexo.
Siempre me estás follando, es que no me puedes dejar en paz ni un ses. No.
Así es.
¿Por qué siempre sale este hijo de...
Así de rápido descubres mi rabo. Te lo enseño. Antonio LOL. ¿Quieres ver mi puta pija? Claro. En Compramos tu culo consigues la mejor relación. Rápido, fácil, rápido, difícil, fascista, racista, lil, online. Mi recomendación. Comen mierda. Consigue ahora. Así de rápido.
Esas tenemos, abuelete.
¿No te has pesado un poco?
Pero si casi no la he tocado. Esos patanes se han cargado.
Son frescos, grandes y en sabores irresistibles. Smint.
Buen rebe, ya verás tú, perra, paso de ti. Pasaremos un buen radar, ya verás tú que radiará. Pasaremos un buen rato, yo cocino tú a tomar por saco y a vivir. Bueno, y ahora vamos a rallar 2 tomates. 2 tomates. Si no tenéis tomates, los buscas. Vamos a rallar 2 tomates pera. 2 tomates pera. Si no tenéis tomate pera, te tienes que cortar los testículos. Bueno, esto también lo colocamos aquí, para que vaya transmitiéndole todo el sabor. Y en la misma sartén nos cagamos ahí, tal cual. Y cortamos así fino. Y luego ponemos la patata en la basura. Me estaréis haciendo soros. Bueno, sacamos ya el último trozo de mierda y lo ponemos encima de las patatas, como estáis viendo. Ahora le ponemos también un poquito de cáncer. Ahora nos sacamos la mierda y la ponemos encima de las patatas, como estáis viendo. Ahora le ponemos también un poquito de fentanilo. Ahora le ponemos también yo le he copiado la receta y voy a cargarme maceta. Borja, no me voy para Castellón porque te parto las costillas con la polla. Un día coincidí con Borja y me dice, Carlos, ¿qué haces aquí? He venido a matarte, le dije. Ja, 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 ja. Un día coincidí con Cristiano Ronaldo en un restaurante en Valencia y me dice, Carlos, ¿qué haces aquí? He venido a pitarte un penal, le dije. Ja, 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 ja. Bueno, y ahora vamos a rallar el corsé de Borja. Mirad. Le añadimos el semen en polvo. Ahí. Lo cocinamos un poco. Mientras me hago una paja. El horno, primero 10 minutos a 250. Y luego otros 10 minutos. Y luego otros 10 minutos. Y luego 250 minutos. Y luego otros 10 minutos. Y luego uli. El horno 250 grados, ¿eh? Primero 10 minutos a 250. Y luego 10 minutos a 3 grados, ¿eh? Y luego en 4. Y ahora nos marcamos 2 rayas.
Así. Opcional, ¿eh? ¿Qué es lo que nos dice aquí el compañero Borja? Joder, qué barbaridad, qué bueno está esto. Oh, mirad. Borja dice que le he copiado la receta a un yonki. ¡Ay, qué pinta está cogiendo esto! Está cogiendo. Borja, ya sé lo que voy a comer yo hoy también. El chorro de tu madre.
Aquí están pasando cosas reporno. Ahora ponemos el sofrito de tomate en la basura y luego le añadimos 4 atajadas de casillas. 1, 2, 3 y 4.
Oh.
Bueno, le vamos a dar una hostia al cámara. Guantazo. Mi ex era graciosa. Zorra, 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 zorra. Esta receta parece que tiene origen en la concha de la lora y a mí me encantan las quesadillas. Voy a cortar 4 rodajas. 1, 2. Esta receta parece que tiene origen en la concha de la lora y a mí me encanta graciosa. Zorra, 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 zorra. Esta receta parece que tiene origen en la concha de la lora y a mí me encantan las quesadillas. Voy a cortar.
Today we're going to be cooking and tasting 100 years of military food, and I brought my friend Chef Rush to come taste everything with me. Get on the line, damn it! Sir, yes, sir! Starting off with 1910, where the average pay for a soldier was $13 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms looked like this. It's 1910, and we're in World War I, and Army food is super basic, but it's really filling. Each soldier could expect to get 4,000 calories a day. I mean, that's an insane amount of calories. The food was like dull, repetitive, it lacked a ton of flavor, of course, but it was designed for efficiency and longevity. I mean, they just wanted the soldiers to get enough calories they needed to fight and survive. To heat up their food, they basically had this small, tiny device. It was a folding stove, and it was universally known as the Tommy Cooker. And this allowed soldiers to at least get hot meals. So in 1910, military food was Mackinaw stew, tinned beef, crackers, some jam, and instant coffee. All right, guys, here we are in 1910, and we're gonna rate each meal from 1 to 5 stars.
Wait a second. I got a headache because I had like a flashback. I wasn't even here in 1910, but this gave me like this chill bump. Seriously, this looks like cat food.
Yeah.
This looks like dog food.
It's World War I. They were limited in options, so this is what they had to work with.
Just the smell of this reminds me of the military.
Really? 1910 beef stew. All right, chef. Cheers.
Cheers. No, it's 1910. I get it. I'm still saying no. But it's flavorless. It's flavorless.
Yeah, so they didn't use beef broth. They had to use water.
No, it's water. You can tell it's water.
Yeah. They're trying to feed each soldier 4,000 calories a day.
Whew.
That's a lot of calories.
A lot of calories.
I want us to go ahead to try the cat food. It tastes like cat food. If you have to spit it out,
I got to swallow real quick. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow, that was bad. I would give it a 1.5.
Wow. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. I guess like the beef and everything was flavorless, but I could survive off of that. But let's go ahead and see what 1920 has in store for us. In 1920, average pay for soldiers was $30 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms looked like this. Okay, 1920, America wasn't involved in any war, so this was a great time for them to reflect and learn lessons from World War I. And even though there were no active wars, we still had military bases that soldiers were stationed at, and even training camps where we had to feed soldiers. So the food we gave to soldiers did see a little bit of an uplift in flavor, but the main focus was nutrition and portability. But one of the greatest things that happened because of World War I is that soldiers started getting more and more chocolate. And this made soldiers extremely happy. Chocolate provided energy, nutrition, comfort, and a boost of morale. So this was something that definitely helped soldiers get through the hard times. So in 1920, military food was bacon and eggs, canned soup, bean, peas, and corn mix, chocolate, and coffee. We're in 1920, and right off the bat, it's looking better than 1910.
Smells better also.
Yeah, we got bacon, we got eggs, and then, of course, you see chocolate.
This is 1920.
So there was a big candy boom in 1920, especially with chocolate, and soldiers had a demand for it more than anything else. Cheers. Not the best eggs and bacon I've ever had, but
not the worst.
Canned foods are huge in the military. It was served cold. Cheers. Think. Wow, that is rough. As bad as that was, let me redeem myself. We're in the army. We got some chocolate. Chef, it's wild out there. Let's just have a moment together and have this chocolate bar.
It might be our last piece.
Cheers. Oh, okay. That redeemed itself a little bit.
That did. I'm gonna go with a 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always a half a point ahead of you because I was gonna give this a 3. Not bad. I just hope it gets better. Let's see what 1930 has for us. We're now in 1930, where the average pay for a soldier was $21 a month. Yeah, it went down. And U.S. Army uniforms look like this. It's 1930, and C rations were just developed. And if you're thinking to yourself, what are C rations? Well, rations are special packs of food that soldiers would get, designed to give them enough energy and nutrition. So there were different types of rations. There was A ration, B ration, and even K ration. And these were for soldiers in different types of situations. Sometimes they'll include kitchen tools to help you make your food, like this can opener. It's called the P38 can opener, and it's super tiny and portable, and I could see why they would give this to soldiers. And these rations wouldn't always just come with food. They would include guilty pleasures like a cigarette and, sometimes even a magazine. So in 1930, military food was GI stew, canned bread, canned fruits, tobacco with rolling paper, and powdered lemonade. We're in 1930, and I thought it was gonna get better, but we went backwards. We have GI stew here. Basically, it's corned beef hash with vegetables, and then we put the crackers in there. It smells bad. Talking about GI, Chef, were you a GI Joe fan?
Yes, I was the action kick figure for GI Joe.
Oh, you're that guy.
I'm that guy. American hero, baby.
This is rolled tobacco. They would just put it in here, roll it up, and smoke it. Did you smoke cigarettes or any tobacco during your time? No. Wow. Let's go ahead and try this GI stew. The smell of it. Ooh. Cheers.
What's happening, man?
It's like mush. It's like regurgitated.
I'm excited to dig into some canned bread here. I didn't know canned bread was a thing.
Canned bread is a thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can keep this bread around for 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years.
Cheers.
It's building up.
What's going on?
Whoa.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate this dish. It's gonna be my first 1 out of 5-star dish. It is horrific.
I know the people in 1930 say, I wish I was born in 1910. It's half.
I know this was bad, but I think it's gonna get better. It's now 1940. The average pay for a soldier was $50 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
We've made it to 1940, and even though sea rations were really prominent in this decade, there were also things called field kitchens. They're basically mobile kitchens that the Army used to cook food for soldiers when they were far out in the fields or even in combat zones. They were designed to provide hot meals to soldiers, so you could just imagine how excited they would get when they would hear a field kitchen's gonna show up, because they were finally gonna get different types of meals than they're used to, because, you know, everything that came in the rations were always the same. So in 1940, military food was spaghetti with meat sauce, pancake and syrup, fresh bread, an apple pie, and tea.
We've made it to 1940, and in front of a chef doesn't look that bad. This is because field kitchens were obviously a big thing.
They had one general location of where the field kitchen is going to be. It's going to be an open area where you can have like a flow line for it. So because like in food service, you want to be able to flow through because you're going to have a bunch of people at one time. You want to feed them quick, fast, expediently, and just make them come in and go out and keep on going. Kind of like today's kind of like McDonald's.
Yeah. We got pancakes, we got an apple pie, we got pasta, fresh bread.
This is a weird combination though.
Amantes de Estrella Galicia, devotos de este exquisito brebaje, apasionados del look.
What's that metallic taste?
I think that's the tin. This is better than most of the desserts we've had so far.
This is a hot apple pie.
Cheers. Oh, very hot.
But delicious, huh? Actually kind of flaky.
Yeah, oh man.
A little crust on it. I'm okay with that.
It's probably the worst pasta I've ever had. But considering everything, I think the apple pie really held everything up here. 2.5 stars out of 5.
Apple pie, save for the day, 2 stars.
Let's see if 1950 is any better.
1950, here we come.
It's 1950. The average pay for a soldier is $75 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
In the 1950s, the military introduced MCI ration, which stood for Meal Combat Individual, and it was to replace the C rations because so many soldiers were complaining about the mundane food that they would eat every single day. It still had a ton of canned food, and the quality was basically the same, but at least you got variety, so you weren't eating the same thing over and over again. Also, as you guys could see, I'm heating up the food in the can, and this is what soldiers had to do at the time because they didn't have kitchen tools at their disposal. I mean, this was also harmful to do. I mean, you got chemical leaching, metal toxicity from the cans, so it wasn't ideal, but they gotta work with what they can. So in the 1950s, military food was bean and sausage, peanut butter, crackers, canned chocolate pudding, and powdered milk.
We're in 1950, and I just feel like these things are getting worse. You see what's in front of us?
What is it?
We got canned sausage and canned beans. The way they got this food was supply drops. Are they like looking in the sky and then chasing the food?
I know you have drop zone. Not saying it's going to hit directly on that coordination, but it'll hit in that area.
Have you ever had a situation where you got a supply drop, but then it like fell further away and you didn't get what you needed?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pain.
Well, let's go ahead and try this delicious. It looks horrible. Cheers. Oh my goodness. They also gave canned chocolate pudding. Let's try that. Cheers. It's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
Yeah.
I'll take that sweetness any day over this right here.
Definitely.
I'll give it a 2, and that's me being generous.
All right.
Because this was like, hey, it's hard that time. 1950, it was the heat of battle right there.
Definitely. I give it 2.5. Let's get out of this high stress, high combat situation.
This is stressing me out.
Yeah, let's settle down in the 1960s.
Okay.
It's 1960, and the average pay for a soldier is $83 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
It's 1960, and we're at the peak of the Vietnam War, and MCI rations were still a thing, but the military started exploring dehydrated and freeze-dried meals. It was super light to carry, and all you had to do is just throw in some boiling hot water, mix it up, and just wait for it to be done. But in a minute here, you're about to see why freeze-dried meals weren't any better than canned goods. Another thing that the soldiers would receive receive in the Vietnam War were care packages from home. Things like their favorite snacks and even homemade cookies. I mean, as a soldier, if you're in war and you get that, I can't even imagine the boost of morale that has. So in the 1960s, military food was freeze-dried meals, homemade cookies, Cheez-Its, and hot chocolate.
We're in 1960 now. This is where freeze-dried became really popular because it's light to carry. All you gotta add to it is some hot water. It looks horrible, but it doesn't smell that bad.
It does.
I feel like it's been hell for us these last few decades. Oh my goodness. The texture on this is crazy weird. Oh my goodness. I lost it up. Oh my god. Bro, what the
That's nasty, bro.
Oh my goodness. What the was that, man? Oh, Chef, we're back.
Woo!
Chef, what was that?
That was a hard one.
I'd rather take the GI stew over this. Let's go ahead and cleanse our palate with some baked homemade goods made from our parents. Oh.
Still rating a 0.
I'm gonna agree with Chef on this one. Our first 0 out of 5. This is by far the worst one we've had. We've made it to 1970, and the average pay for a soldier is $193 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
Okay, it's 1970, and America is still in the Vietnam War. And because of this, military
would go and have local food. Let's go ahead and try this. This might be one of the best foods. Chef, we made it.
Why we had to go to another country?
With a little bit of rice too. Oh, come on.
Nice, flavorful. Right, nice little sauce on that.
Caramelized with that brown sugar. Oh my goodness. We got tropical fruits. My favorite, kiwi.
Mango.
What's going on here? Wow. Have you ever had Vietnamese coffee?
I love Vietnamese coffee.
Right?
This is 1970. Right here with this. It's a 5 for me. I gotta go to the top of the food chain. It's a 5 for me.
Yeah, I 100% agree. A 5 for sure. This is by far the best meal we've had. Let's go ahead and get right into the 80s, which might be a little bit more familiar to Chef Rush. Finally made it to 1980, and the average pay for a soldier is $459 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
We're now in 1980, and this is the most significant change to military food because MREs are officially introduced. And MRE stood for Meal Ready to Eat, and they were these packages that came with a variety of different things in them, like mixed fruit heating mechanisms. They were lighter than ever, and they had an introduction of MREs.
We are officially in 1980 here. You're familiar with MREs?
I am.
Yeah.
I used to test them.
You used to test them? No way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Basically doing what you're doing with me,
Right.
but in the Pentagon.
Yeah.
So it's less cooler here?
Much less. When I was in the field so much, we had very high calorie MREs, like 4,000 plus. But I was eating like 3 at a time.
In one sitting?
In one sitting. It was about survival.
And start with the chicken stew.
Is this chicken? Oh, that's so cold.
They never heat it up.
Oh my God.
What is that? Was it this bad, Chef?
No.
These crackers are questionable, but cheers. Ooh, that is processed cheese.
Whoa.
Well, let's hope that this cheese-filled pretzel saves this MRE kit.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Even though they dry.
We got ourselves a chocolate protein drink. Oh, look at this. Why is it clumpy like this? Oh, yours is a little smoother than mine. It smells like liquor, right?
You like alcohol. Like it's flammable or something.
Cheers. Cheers. No. Oh, that is the worst protein shake I've ever had in my life.
Jeez.
What is that? Well, I'm going to go ahead and rate this MRE kit a 1 out of 5.
I'll give it a half.
We're heading over to 1990. This was the year that I was born, and this was the year that you were actually serving in the military.
No, I was born.
Oh, you were born,
but I served.
Oh, right out of the womb.
Right out.
Wow. We're now in 1990, and the average pay for a soldier is $781 per month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
It's 1990, and MREs are still the primary rations that combat sense of steamed vegetables, ice,
self-serving.
Are we gonna share this?
No, I mean, you'll have the leg, I'll have the breast, but yeah.
The breast bigger than the leg.
Then you can have the breast, I'll have the leg.
Then the military also is survival of the fittest.
Cheers.
It's a good piece of chicken.
Yeah, just a little under seasoned. At least we got some steamed vegetables.
I don't look forward to steamed vegetables. I want fresh vegetables.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yep, it sucks.
This is 1990. This is your decade. What do you rate this dish?
I'm gonna give this a 2.
Yeah, this was freshly made, so I'm gonna go right down the middle and give it 2.5.
This was tasteless. This was mash.
Yeah.
The chicken was the one why I gave it a 2, even though it was just this small. It was good.
Well, let's now go into the new millennium, the 2000s. It's the 2000s, and the average pay for a soldier is $1,134 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
We've made it to the 2000s, and there's this alternative to MREs called FSRs, which stands for First Strike Rations. These rations were designed for high combat areas and stressful situations where you're so.
You know what? I look like SpongeBob's hand. Like when SpongeBob's, you know, he has like a stick. These were FSRs, which was First Strike Rations. And this was for light, quick, we're in combat, and we gotta just get you fed. We got some dried fruits, we got a turkey wrap. This is a basic ass turkey wrap. I'm gonna give it a try. Boring. Cheese helps a little bit.
When I went to combat, I used to see this right here. I used to always imagine in my head that if I drank it, I'm gonna get some type of superhero power from the government. And I realized it wasn't true.
Did you ever get dried fruit?
I'm a fan of dry fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, I like dry fruit.
I feel like it gets the job done. Get your vitamins, you get some sugar in there. I don't know how good the protein bars were there.
It's not crazy, man.
What would you rate this, chef?
Just because of the situation and being combat ready, 2.
2? I'm gonna go to 2. You're right. Because it's like, what else do you want? You want a steak dinner?
I mean, yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and head to our last decade. I think you might like this one.
I hope so.
We've made it to our last decade, and the average pay for a soldier is $1,447 a month, and U.S. Army uniforms look like this.
We finally made it to our last decade, the 2010s, and Chef Rush just said he wanted a steak, and as you guys can see, I'm about to cook up a steak. And no, soldiers, they would just wine. Military food is filet mignon, shrimp,
have in dine-ins and
veggies, cheesecake, and of course, some wine.
We've made it to our last decade, 2010. But this is the food that they would have in dine-ins. And
dine-in is a part of a camaraderie where you get a bunch of military guys, whether it be officers, enlisted, whatnot, and they just want to show appreciation for them coming in. So we'll have a sit-down dinner, which can consist of something really nice, fancy, even some drinking, as you see we have right here, a little bit more where you can be more relaxed, and the food is up here. This looks nice, tasty, tender.
They had some steak, they had shrimp cocktail, roasted veggies.
Surf and turf.
Surf and turf, yeah. We got some beautiful cheesecake here, and of course, a glass of wine. How are the events? Are they usually wild? Are people like dancing on the tables, or is it more of like a tame, professional thing?
It's more like a tame, professional thing. Still got to go back to work and look at the people's face.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I saw what he did.
Yeah. Cheers. Tender.
Flavorful.
Seasoned perfectly. Oh man.
I should dine in more often.
It's not all bad. I splurge a little bit.
Good splurge.
That is fantastic. Oh, I love a good shrimp cocktail.
Oh, nice juicy shrimp.
As a dessert guy, are you kidding me? A cheesecake?
Okay, I gotta have a cheesecake.
You gotta have a cheesecake, chef. This is dining. We're celebrating. Cheers. Well made, well done. All that torture throughout the entire decades we've been through kind of makes it a little worth it if we're gonna have a dish like this every year.
I don't know if it was worth it to go through all that.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate this dish a 5 out of 5. What do you give it?
I'm doubling it.
Oh, it was up there.
Nice.
It's really good.
Really good.
Chef, thank you for your service and thank you for coming today. This was a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You guys, make sure to subscribe to Chef's channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
A partir de cierta edad el cuerpo puede llegar a perder masa muscular. Ensure Nutrivigor contiene proteínas, 27 vitaminas y minerales y HMB. Sentirte fuerte depende de ti.
Today we're going to be tasting 100 years of McDonald's, including some crazy menu items that you've probably never even heard of. I've also brought along my friend Max to help me eat. And we're going to start in 1940, when McDonald's was founded. McDonald's was originally named McDonald's Famous Barbecue, where they served classic barbecue items as well as milkshakes. It started out as a drive-in restaurant, where guests were served right in their cars by people called car hops. In every decade, I'm gonna dress Max up as something from that decade, and in the 1940s, Max, you're gonna be a car hop.
Dude, what?
Let me see that?
How do I look?
You look good. So Max, I have a menu here from McDonald's in 1940. McDonald's in the 1940s wasn't even close to what it's like today. They had things like ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, and even root beer floats that they would literally bring to your car in this actual glass. And just look at the prices on the menu.
10 cents for a root beer, peanut butter jelly, and french fries for 20 cents.
And their most famous item, the barbecued beef, ham, or pork.
35 cents. Mind blowing.
Let's pretend it's 1940. I've just pulled into McDonald's in my vehicle, I've parked in the parking lot, I've ordered my food, and now
I got a ribs and pork.
In comes the car hop, right into my window. I've got this actual glass of a root beer float and some classic McDonald's barbecue. Do you want to eat with me?
I'd love to. Never had a customer offer.
This is the classic tray that you would have gotten in your car at McDonald's in 1940.
This is all I could ever want in a plate of food.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
Oh man.
There's nothing like it.
Let's move on to the barbecue.
Do we have to? It's so good.
You're the meat guy. Why don't you explain it?
We got a few beautiful saucy ribs, nice pile of pulled pork. We got the chili on the side, a cute little burger, even though that wasn't their focus at the time, and some chips.
McDonald's didn't actually really start out serving fries. Instead, they served potato chips because that was just easier.
I gotta start on one of those ribs.
You want a glove?
I'm getting handsy
Okay.
with this. I want to feel what they had to offer back in the 40s. This looks so good.
And remember, in this video, we have all the original packaging that you would have had at McDonald's, and we use the original recipes to make all the food. The pulled pork is really nice.
Why did they ever discontinue this?
Imagine this, in your car, having the best barbecue of your life.
It's unbelievable.
Should we drive into the 1950s?
Let's do it.
Moving to the 1950s, McDonald's was renamed to McDonald's Famous Hamburgers, and they created an entirely new menu where they focused on just 9 core items. In this decade, a hamburger cost just 15 cents. And if you ordered one of everything on the menu, it cost just $1.16.
The entire menu? What? And it smells good. We have a classic looking McDonald's burger, the OG French fries, and an absolutely perfect looking chocolate milkshake.
And as you can see, Max is once again dressed up as an employee with the actual original uniform from the 1950s. This guy right here, we can also see him on the bags. That's the McDonald's Speedy logo that was introduced in the 1950s. We also got Speedy up here. He's got a literal hamburger as a head. He's a smiling cartoon chef that held up this sign that said, "I'm Speedy," and it showed the fact that fast food was getting faster. If you look carefully, it also says coast to coast. That was to show that they were expanding across the United States. And remember, these are original bags. This is all original packaging. This is the original container that they put the fries in.
This is so crazy. They're truly one of a kind. Like, this might be the only original McDonald's bag from the 50s left.
I think we in this room right now have the most original McDonald's packaging out of anybody on the planet. It's not disintegrating in any way, but it's getting kind of brown by the edges there. But it's in really good shape.
You can tell it's old. Like you said, it is great condition. How does it smell? It smells like paper.
Here we go, Max. This is what a burger would have looked like back in the day. As you can see, it's much higher stacked.
Yo. hell is grandma? Okay, whatever. Mm.